She was very beautiful. But that was definitely a man.
Yes! 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 I never would have thought that the case would be cracked by a f***ing old lady in a goddamn hospital bed. Oh my god. Is it that monster? Son of a bitch. I'm in. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more The Monster. Episode 49. We're yet again one episode closer to that big ol' 5-0. But before we get started, recap time. Previously on episode 48, The Scariest Thing, Johan erased the tape, or recorded over it. Unfortunately, as Grimmer and Tenma were trying to get to the tape, Johan had already figured out where it was and gone and get it. Well, he didn't get it, but he recorded over it, which is kind of annoying. I am still hoping, I'm still holding out hope that Grimmer made a recording. Now, do I actually think that he did? Nope. The reason I think that he didn't is simple. After they had gone to listen to it again now, in the last episode, he said that I had only listened to up to this point as well, so let's listen to it more now. Essentially saying, like, why would he say that if he had listened to the whole thing already, right? If he had recorded, if he had made a copy of the recording by recording the recording, then he would have already listened to the whole tape. So I don't think he would have just said that for no reason, which makes me think that he has not heard the entire recording, which means he has not recorded the recording. He has not made a copy, which is very unfortunate because considering how much stuff went down to get this recording, this tape, now all of a sudden it becoming completely useless. You know, it's like, it's just because they now have lost the recording. I'm thinking the fact that they didn't listen to the whole thing when they had the chance ends up kind of being some bullshit, right? But whatever. We also learned of this Franz Bonaparte or whatever, who is most likely the father of the twins, as well as Lunge arriving in the location, not in his pants. Regardless, let's just get into it, shall we? Episode 49.
Bad boy, you're such a troublemaker. How many times are you going to pretend to run away from here?
Why do we gotta start with a fucking child, eh? Why there gotta be so many children in this show? Can we, like, not deal with these children anymore? Like, can we, like, not? For those of you who don't know, I just really hate children, you know? Like, you know, I'm not actively hostile to them, but, you know, I dislike them. I have a dislike, I have a hate towards children, you know? Some people hate tomatoes and stuff. I hate children. It is what it is. Main reason why is because I just hate stupid people. And children inherently are stupid people, right? And that's why I don't like them. I have no problem with children that are smarter or, like, portrayed more maturely in shows. But unfortunately, children, if they're done realistically in shows or in real life, they're fucking stupid. And I just can't stand watching stupid. Right? I also can't stand arguing with stupid, so that's why I never argue with anyone. If I think that someone is wrong, I don't really need to argue with them. I just know that I'm right, and if they can't come to the conclusion that they are wrong on their own, then what's the point of arguing with stupid, right? It's like arguing with a brick wall. There's no, like, you can't argue with stupid because you will never convince them that they're stupid.
That blonde lady.
God damn it.
So you said you saw her walking on Dominican Street, that right? It could be that she lives on that street.
Yeah, so why didn't you follow her all the way home and find out?
I was so hungry, my stomach was growling like a tiger. Here's the deal, guys. It's up to us to go find out where that blonde lady lives and turn her into the
God
police.
damn it.
Yeah, Mr. Grimmer didn't kill Miss...
Son of a bitch. Every bloody time, children just gonna get in the way. That's Nina. That's Nina. How do I know? I'm pretty sure. Actually? Fuck. Fuck. Let me try to think. let's try to predict if this is Nina or Johanna. At first glance, I want to say Nina. Why? Because skirt, right? As much as Johanna, or as much as Johan looks like Nina, there has to be a difference in build, right? And guys, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure for guys, right, the legs are a good indicator. I would say there's three indicators that you can use when trying to determine whether or not someone is male or female, if they are dressing in some weird fashion. The legs, the hands, and the cheeks. Okay? If the booty cheeks are very, very soft, I'm just kidding. I mean like cheeks, like face cheeks. But here we can only really see the legs, and I'm thinking, I mean, does Johan have such thin legs? The cruelest thing.
Pedrov's illegal orphanage was in this building. Someone went up there and shot down the former 511 Kinderheim director in cold blood. The children who lived there said that a blonde woman walked past them right after it happened. Pedrov was continuing his experiment here, but he did the complete opposite of what was done at 511 Kinderheim. Instead of mental abuse, the children here were raised with love. So tell me, you want to go in and take a look? The police have probably already carted away everything in terms of evidence.
Wait, what are those on the door? Mr. Officers, Mr. Grimmer is innocent. Mr. Detectives, the blonde woman is the murderer.
It's those orphans.
Like I
The
said,
children who used to live here must have come back and posted
the
these
crux
notes
of the
on Facebook.
problem will be the fucking disguise. Because,
Grimmer
like, as
is-
long as people keep saying the blonde woman, the blonde woman, the blonde woman, that's just saying Nina, Nina, Nina. It's Nina, Nina. Hey, Nina's the killer. It's like, ugh. You know, I'm not sure, actually. I mean, granted, at this point, Johan, we've kind of gathered that Johan is just kind of doing some random shit. But I'm surprised that he's so willing to just dump all the consequences and responsibility and frame Nina for all these things, you know? Because, I mean, obviously that's going to happen. It's just, if he, like, and this is kind of what I was saying in previous episodes, but if he can disguise himself that well, why not just disguise yourself as someone else? Maybe he's trying to do all these bad things as quote-unquote Nina, disguising himself as her, so that other people would track her down for him, like the police or whatever, and then he can get to her much easier. Maybe. I don't know.
All of my emotions were taken from me at 511 Kinderheim. After that, I had to attend another school where I was taught what were appropriate emotional responses. But situations like this are very difficult for me. What's the correct way to react to this gift?
Perhaps you should go and pay those children a visit.
Oh, here, look at this. It contains the children's journal entries, or rather a lot of letters that they've written to you. Mr. Grimmer, let's play soccer again. Mr. Grimmer, I'll teach you how to play soccer since you're not very good at it. Mr. Grimmer, I can't wait for us to play together again.
I'm still smiling, aren't I? You know, I had to learn how to do this. I actually had to learn how to put a convincing smile on my face.
The downside of that, though, is if someone approached me with a smile like his in real life, he'd be lucky not to get socked in the face. Okay, I'm just saying. My natural instinct to protect myself would kick in. Left hook. Straight in the face.
Only spent an afternoon with those boys. Yet they have fond memories of that time I shared with them. Why do they seem to care about me?
That's
Who the
because
fuck
they
knows?
admire you. They probably like you.
They like me?
They're children. They don't think anything.
I've never understood these things, not really. I didn't even know how to react when my own child was dying. I was asking so many questions of myself. Should I cry in this situation? How much should I cry? Should I wail out loud or gnash my teeth? Even now, I still don't know how to react to it. I wish I did.
Honestly, I mean, that's an interesting point he makes, but that's actually not that, what's the word? Rare. It's not that rare. I actually am kind of the same way. I remember, and I hope to God no one sees this, no one from my family sees this, but I have this very distinct memory. Story time with FonRath, okay? I remember when my grandmother died, okay? I remember specifically where I was. I was in my room. I must have been maybe like, I don't remember how many years ago this was, but must have been like 20 something, you know, something. I remember it was the middle of the night, or late in the evening or something. I was alone, and I was probably playing something or watching something, and I remember it was just dark. Like, it was dark. Like, I'm not sure if I had a lamp on or something, but I remember it was very dark. Maybe I was watching something in the darkness. And then I remember my mother called me, and, I picked up, and I could immediately tell that something was wrong, right? Because, she was distraught, let's just say that, right? And, you don't hear your parents really, being emotional like that. Not really, unless you are going through some seriously bad problems in your family. But my point is, like, I hadn't really heard her, sound like that for a long time. So I knew something was wrong, and she was like, "Oh, your grandmother died like a couple of hours ago, in her sleep and stuff." And I remember this so well because when I heard that, I was like, literally, I was like that. And you want to know why I was like that? Why I couldn't say anything? Because I had no idea what to say. Or rather, it wasn't that I was shocked. It wasn't that I, was so, taken aback by this. It was because I was trying so hard to figure out how I should say here, how I should say it, how should I act, how should I respond. I realized I didn't care. Not really. And bear in mind, it wasn't like I never visited my grandparents or anything. I did. I grew up. They were in my life. 100%. They were 100% in my life. I had, they lived near my school even. So pretty much every day after school, I would go to their place and then I would go home, right? And so I saw them very often, right? And my grandmother, she was cool. She was cool. Right? Sometimes kind of a bitch, but, still, I would say definitely a cool person and a great grandmother, right? And so when she died and my mother was telling me about this, I was like, what do I say? How do I react to this? My main thought wasn't, oh, fuck, my grandmother just died. My main thought was, how do I respond to my mother telling me this? I should sound kind of sad. I should sound kind of maybe a little bit saddened, right? And so I played my kind of stun. I played my stun lock into kind of me being a little bit sad and not really knowing what to say, right? But my point is that when this happened, I had no idea how I should act. And instead of actually thinking about the fact that, oh, someone I knew for a long time just died, it was more like I was actively trying to think, how should I react to this? Now, this might make me sound like I'm some sort of fucking sociopath, but maybe I am, who knows? But, I don't know. Death has never really affected me that much. I don't know. I feel like the saying of your family are your closest strangers is so true for me, because I feel like if anybody in my family, in my close family died, I probably just would not care that much. I just don't see myself being that affected by emotional pains like that. I don't know. Maybe I am a sociopath. Who the fuck knows? But that shit just doesn't affect me. I feel like if I had maybe a significant other or something that I really, really cared about who died, maybe then I would feel something. Like pain that, you know, they would never come back and like I miss them and like something like that. But I don't have anyone like that anymore. Kinda. I mean, I kinda do, but I kinda don't. But that's a whole other spaghetti of details and stories. But my point is, I don't have anyone like that right now, and I don't have anyone who I would fear losing or would care that much about if they were to die. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm just fucking dead inside. Maybe I am. All I know is that I've been in that position where something happens and like something bad happens and you know that, oh shit, like something bad happened, but like instead of actually feeling sad, you're thinking, well, should I act sad in front of other people? Should I act sad? Right? It's like you're not actually sad, you're just acting sad. But yeah, I mean, that was just a little story, little moment from my past.
To talk to you!
Antonin, what's going on?
Mr. Grimmer, we got bad news!
Well, what is it? What's wrong?
We just heard something from the kids at Chesky Orphanage. It's terrible.
Just calm down, take a deep
Our
breath,
soccer
and tell me
ball
what happened.
blew up.
Found that blonde lady we saw that one day. Yesterday, we all decided to go out and try and find her. And then, poor Milos. Well, he's gone. Milos has disappeared.
Meatloaf disappeared?
Oh, interesting. So then, let's review all the people who have come to visit you here. A certain middle-aged gentleman, a long-haired Japanese man, and a tall German man.
That's right.
There's one more thing. I think you may have forgotten another person who came to see you. According to the desk nurse, a long-haired blonde woman came to visit you recently as well.
A woman? No, there weren't any women who came to visit.
Well, the nurse said she was certain there was. She said she was a
There weren't any women who came to visit, and she'd be right.
beautiful blonde.
Yes, she was very beautiful. But that was definitely a man.
Yes! 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 I never would have thought that the case would be cracked by a fucking old lady in a goddamn hospital bed. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Oh my god, the goat. She is the goat. She's actually the fucking goat. Dude, old lady, you know what? You get to be in the thumbnail, and I'm gonna call you the goat in the title. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
I see.
So tell me, what's your name?
I'm Milos.
I wonder, have we met somewhere before?
Huh? Mm-mm.
What were you doing when I saw you?
Nothing.
I know your face. You walk around this neighborhood a lot, don't you? Why don't you have a seat and make yourself comfortable? Here, have some juice.
Yeah, okay, I mean, ever since the show kind of revealed that, Johan has been disguising himself, they've definitely had him, bring out his more, Johan-esque mannerisms instead of the more Nina mannerisms. I feel like when he was in the bar talking to Sukan these nuts, he was definitely doing a lot better of a job of kind of being like Nina, but now that we kind of know, he's definitely bringing out his more Johan-esque mannerisms. I feel like.
To move out?
Why do you ask?
Because you have that big bag, and there's no stuff in this room.
Don't.
So your mother, she's somewhere around.
Seriously, bro? I mean, I get it, he's a child, but fuck, man. Don't. What's even the point of saying this? Obviously, don't drink anything a random stranger gives you. Especially if they haven't made the exact same drink for themselves. You're just gonna drink that?
Here? Huh? Your mother. You told
I mean, I get it, he's a child, but
Is
fuck,
that
man.
right?
Yeah, but I don't really know if she lives around here.
Then how will you find her? Do you have her picture?
So what is Johan
How
doing here?
come?
Too bad. You don't even know her face.
I'll know her. I'll know my my mom when I see her face. No one at the orphanage believes me either.
I do think that the voice actress, though, is doing a great job of portraying Johan.
They'll keep
That's-
telling me
that's-
it's not gonna happen.
The
But when I
mannerism is
see
very
her,
similar.
I'm gonna know her face for sure. Count on it.
Really?
Yeah, and my mom will know it's me when she sees me.
Think you were born because you were wanted? I mean, why were you abandoned? Could it be that your mother left you because she hated you?
No way.
There's nothing special about being born. Not a thing.
Huh?
Most of the universe is just death, nothing more. In this universe of ours, the birth of a new life on some corner of our planet is nothing but a tiny, insignificant flash. Death is a normal thing. So why live?
Excuse me, miss, can I have more juice? Is what a real child would say in this situation. It's funny how Johan actually thinks that this child understands anything that he's saying. Like, I'm surprised Johan doesn't understand that he's literally talking to a brick wall right now.
You were wanted? Who wanted
Can I
you?
get more juice? Can I go play soccer?
So what is your reason for living? Tell me.
So that young woman Anna, would you happen to know if she lives in this neighborhood?
Yeah, I think Anna lives in a 3-story apartment building. Go down this alley. It should be about 2 blocks down. She's a very friendly, nice young lady. She always says hi to me when she sees me.
Anna? Uh-huh. She's such a nice girl. She always has a warm hello and a smile for me.
What's her apartment number and which floor does she live on?
Oh, up there. That's her apartment window on the
Are
top
they in there right now?
floor.
So if what the boys told us earlier is true, and it turns out the woman who lives here actually did kidnap Milos, and she happens to be a young blonde lady named Anna, then she just might be the one.
You're right. And if this young blonde woman is the person I think she is, I swear this will end here and now.
Oh, does Tenma also suspect that he has the power to do the perfect disguise? Because I don't think Tenma knows that yet, right? Fuck. I'm just wanting some sort of confrontation already.
Looks like we're too late.
Indeed.
How is a person supposed to react to a situation this terrible? Those boys got involved in all this because they were trying to prove my innocence.
You can't blame yourself for everything.
When my son died, I didn't feel anything. Many years ago,
Again, that's
I was
normal, I
working
think.
for a newspaper. A female coworker suddenly came up to me one day and told me that she loved me. I ended up marrying her. I'd been told that I'd be less likely to be suspected of being a spy if I were married. It'd be a good cover. Soon she got pregnant. She gave birth to a healthy baby boy. One day, my wife went shopping and left me alone with the baby. My son was in his room taking a nap, and when I went in to check on him, he was face down and had stopped breathing. I began giving him CPR right away, and I called the doctor at the same time. I did everything I should have done to help him. I did it perfectly. But my son died anyway.
Is it possible? Again, I don't know anything about fucking children or babies, right? So, is it possible that a baby can literally suffocate if they're face down? Is that possible?
At my son's funeral, my wife was so angry with me. She said, "How can you stay so calm when our son is dead? Why aren't you crying? Didn't you love him?"
Oh, dude, Grimmer is me. This guy is literally me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the same type of person as Grimmer. But I'm not, I'm like that naturally. Kind of. I feel like if I lost someone like that as well, I would also be in the funeral and like not... I'd be calm, I'd be collected, cool and collected. You know, 'cause to me it's like, why would I cry? What's the point in crying? There's no point. Why would I... Huh? Why would I cry? What does that do? Why would I be angry? Angry at what exactly? Who? You know, it's like... I'm a very, very logical person. So it's like, you know, some emotions... I've just never had such strong emotions that they take control of me. I don't know, I relate.
You never shared your feelings with me, not once. Look at you. You're a heartless machine. You can't love anyone.
You've never shared your feelings with me? It's more like, what feelings? If you asked me, do I have feelings in my chest right now? I'd be like, no. I have no feelings. What feelings? What emotions? What are we talking about here? Now, if someone, for instance, right, if someone took something that was mine, that I used, and like if someone fucking destroyed my computer, I'd be pissed. I think I would be pissed. Then I would get angry. But that anger would only stay for like 2 seconds. Cause like I immediately start thinking, okay, first off, who did it? Let's say it was a child. Like one of the children from my family or whatever came over and they fucking destroyed my computer. I'd be like, okay, obviously, I'm not going to kick this child's ass, right? I would harshly tell them off, saying like, look at what you did. I mean, I don't know. I would be like, dude, like, you are never allowed here again. Leave, go away, right? And then I would just be like, okay, well, what can I do to salvage my computer, right? I would immediately get to work on trying to solve the problem, even if it wasn't a child, right? Let's say it was some guy that came over. Maybe a friend of a friend or something. Maybe there was a party and they just ended up destroying my computer. Am I going to start a fight because of this? Again, I would be angry. I'd be like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out of my fucking house. Right? I would send them the fuck out, because like, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna start a fight because of this? No, of course not. I don't want to fucking start a fight. I don't want to fight someone. Huh? Why would I start a fight? At this point, the damage is already done. The best thing I can do is try to get them to pay for the damages, or just try to salvage what I can. Right? Like, there's no point in escalating the problem further. There's no point in, like, crying or being angry about this problem that I have, which is my computer is destroyed. So it's like, you know, I'm a very logical person.
You have nothing in your heart and you have no love for me. And then my wife left me. I have to find Milosh.
What is love?
You told me that Milosh
Baby, don't
is
hurt
the
me.
child of that blonde woman we're looking for is the person I suspect it is. I don't think she's going to let Milosh live. What's worse is she won't just kill him quickly. If this turns out to be who I think it is, they'll confront Milosh with the cruelest thing possible before finishing him off.
Why does he keep saying, if it is who I think it is? Why not just say Johan? Because who else could it be? Who could it be that Tenma suspects other than Johan?
Will I see my mom? Your chances are good. There's a lively town up ahead. You think that my mom's up there? I'm going
You
to
think my mom's up there?
You go ahead on your own. You'll know who your mother is when you see her. And your mother will know just who you are when she sees you. But listen, if it should happen that nobody calls out to you, then that means you aren't wanted by anyone in the world. What will you do with yourself then? What will you do?
The funny thing here is, we're looking at Johan trying to, like, manipulate this kid, right? But the kid, realistically, the kid would be like, "Duh, what is this adult talking about? I don't understand. My mommy over there? Let me go find mom." That's what the child's brain thinks like. The child, like, exactly, this face right here, be like, what is this lady saying? I don't understand. Like, the manipulation literally would not work, because the child just doesn't understand what she's saying half the time.
Well, go on then.
What did the woman say? I don't understand. Whatever. I'm gonna go find mom. It would be super funny if Johan's like, ah, ha, ha, I got him. Yeah, I fucking manipulated this dude. And then the kid's like, oh, my mother isn't here. Oh, well, I guess I'll go back to the orphanage. And Johan's like, shit.
The cruelest thing. God.
Yeah, no toilet paper. The sex shop. Oh, Jesus, those titties. Oh my God.
She could be anyone. Any one of 50 women.
Of course not.
Huh?
You know I don't make mistakes that big.
Sure, I guess you got the clap on purpose.
Shut up! You got a problem? Cut my hair! Wait, hold on. No, not here.
I paid you, didn't I? I'm the customer. You do as your customer says.
Let's go get a room, yeah? Come on, stop! There's a kid over there!
Oh. Hang on. Don't run away yet. Stay here and watch.
Huh?
I'm a school teacher in Germany. At school, I have a spotless reputation. I'm a gentleman, as well as a respected teacher. Everyone thinks I'm a wonderful teacher.
What? What am I watching? No, kid. Stay, watch, as I proceed to do unspeakable things to this woman. Jesus. Jesus.
I am a wonderful teacher. Here, this is for you.
He paid the child. What? Oh my God. Oh my God. This episode is hilarious. Okay, let's I need a drink. Okay. Serious fun, okay? Serious face, okay? I get that they're trying to make the child, like, experience trauma or whatever, right? I'm gonna be real with you right now. I think a child seeing two adults have sex is not traumatic. It's not. Now, I think there's something to be said about a child seeing their parents fuck, right? That's a little, like, that can be a little weird. I think a lot of children have seen their parents doing the devil's tango in their bedroom, for one reason or another. Who knows? But it doesn't create some sort of trauma. It's not a traumatic event. Honestly, it's not. Because half the time, if you're a child this young, you probably have no idea what they're even doing. Like, legitimately, you have no idea what's going on. And if you're older and you do understand what's going on, then it's more like, oh, wow, they're doing the sex, you know? It's like, oh, I have a little, you know, my wee-wee is getting hard. This is kind of like weird, you know? I don't think seeing someone have sex like this would be a traumatic event. So I hope they don't kind of play it off as it being one. But it is what it is. I can't believe he fucking paid the child. That's so fucking funny.
Nothing more. You think you were wanted?
Again, they're trying to make it seem like Johan manipulates and has gotten into the child's head and shit, but like, realistically, okay, I'm just saying, realistically, a child that young, he wouldn't even remember the conversation at this far in, legitimately. Because it's probably been like maybe an hour or two since they separated. He would not remember anything that Johan had said. Anything. There's no fucking way. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I have experience with children. I have nephews who are around this age. I know what I'm talking about. There is no fucking way they even remember half of what Johan had said. No fucking shot. Now again, right? Like I said last episode, if the show told me that Johan has some sort of hypnotic superpower, then I would believe it. But otherwise, nah. That's some bull. That's some bull.
I get it now.
To live is the fuck. I think that was... you know, the thing I think about this situation, this whole like brainwashing this child, I can't help but roll my eyes at this. I just can't.
The red light district ends here.
I know, but they said they saw Milos wandering around.
Should we go ahead?
There's no point in even going into like depth about analyzing the whole situation, but please, I hope the child dies. I hope you can redeem this episode if you kill the child right now. But let's be honest, what I think is going to happen is Grimmer is gonna go there and he's gonna finally bring out his true emotions or something like that, and convince the child that he is wanted, and the child and Grimmer will, I don't know, like form a bond or something. That's probably what's gonna happen. But if they truly wanted this episode to be great, they would kill the child.
Hey, Milos. It's all right. Everything is fine. Hey, why don't you come back over here, huh? Did your best. You tried to clear my name, didn't you? I'm so lucky to have a friend like you. There's nothing to worry about. Here we go.
Just lift him. Lift. Pull him up. I don't think that's much better, bro. You realize there's like massive holes and he could just literally lean forward and fall off anyway, right?
Everything's all right. Is this good, Dr. Tenma? Am I doing it right? Why did you do that?
Again, like I said, the whole brainwashing thing, it's not like I can't. I can't, as much as I try to fucking rationalize. Or maybe that's my problem, right? I try to rationalize the brainwashing ability that Johan has. I can't. I don't buy it. With a single conversation and a little bit of setup, all of a sudden Johan has created a fucking secondary monster from this child so easily. Like, I can't. I can't. That's not how things work. It's not so easy. I can buy the 511 Kinderheim like brainwashing because they like did like experiments on them all the time, every day. They kept them like locked down. Did these like experiments on them every single day, over and over and over and over and over. That I can understand. That brainwashing I can understand, right? But Johan doing it with like one conversation, that's some bullshit, right?
Did you see?
It's gotta be.
Definitely born for a reason. I want you to know that. Milos, you were brought into this world because somebody wanted you to be here. Definitely. Someone definitely wanted you here. I mean it. Definitely. Dr. Tenma, I'm telling the truth. I'm not wrong, am I?
No, you're not.
What expression do I have on my face right now?
You're crying.
Yeah, I mean, old lady, the literal goat of this episode, surprisingly. But this also, let's remember here, Lunge now also knows. So the two people that, well, let's say only one person who knows the fact that Johan is disguising himself is Lunge. So I feel like, yeah, Lunge has the critical, vital information right now. Yeah, I mean, this whole episode of Johan brainwashing the kid, I don't buy it. I would say this is the one thing about this show that I don't buy. The whole bullshit fact that Johan can just have a conversation with someone and all of a sudden, just like that, snap of the fingers and bam, they are brainwashed. It's like, no. I don't buy it. I just don't buy it. It's just not convincing. It really isn't. Even if you told me that all of these people, this guy, this woman, all of these people were paid by Johan to do and say exactly these things. This guy both of these guys were paid. Maybe the guy was paid to pay the woman to have sex with her, and tell the kid to watch. All of this was set up by Johan. Even if all of that was the case, even if everything was set up by Johan, I still would not believe that it's that simple to just brainwash a kid into committing suicide. Dude, I don't think a child this young would even consider suicide. Yeah, now granted, again, I don't check the news all the time, but like I don't think I've ever heard of like a child that's like less than 6 years old just committing suicide. I don't think I have. Like, yeah, children die, sure, whether it's accidents or murder, but like, I don't think I've ever heard of a young child committing suicide, ever, because I don't think they would ever even consider it until at a certain point. Like, it's one thing like maybe young teens or something, right? When they start like getting to that point where they like think on their own and like they have their hormones and their feelings, like that's one thing. But like, this child is like what, like 5, 6 years old, maybe 7. You know, I just don't buy it. I just don't. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed episode 49. It was kind of a 50-50 for me. I just don't buy the brainwashing from Johan, but I do think that pretty much everything else was good. I like Grimmer's little problem, I guess you could say, with emotions. Very relatable for me. I guess I'll see you in episode 49. Episode 50. The next episode is the big ol' 5-0. I hope I'll see you there, and until next time.